Nice.
We're off to a great start.
Alright, the dragon got a nat 1. Let's go. Let's wait to start one.
Not many.
But you have a +0 to religion. I didn't even think that was possible. At level 10.
I'm back. What I miss?
We're doing a quick check to make sure everything's working as far as possible.
He has 11 intelligence.
Does this work? There we go. Oh,
That
another
sounds
one?
cool.
Are you serious?
Sevatar has 17 charisma, and I don't
work?
know.
Oh, my ears.
Oh,
Ow.
I didn't change Maximus's picture. I don't know if I even want to.
I used the one.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's funny. Oh,
that's what the flail sounds like. That's awesome.
I should have set up.
Oh,
yeah, it works.
Yeah, sound effects works for the claw bite. It was overwritten by something else, and I can't do the breath weapon because it's a whole thing to do.
All right. Oh.
Yeah,
I'll just post real quick what the audio file would have been. Would have been this. I literally just made it. That's what I was doing.
Oh, nice.
That Godzilla.
No.
Oh god.
Alright, what?
Ow.
I have you.
Oh.
What's up, man?
The
Power kill.
The Roll20 is the same link.
Oh, it is?
Yes, it is.
Alright,
it's gonna be really funny when we're doing the
Can it be sent to me? Because I don't have it on my new computer.
Oh yeah. I think it's pinned.
Is it pinned?
Oh, I have to log in. Never mind. Never mind. Ambrose dies.
No, it is not. That's fine.
I thought it was pinned in bot command.
Is it?
It's pinned in D&D images.
What is this?
Oh, that's
this.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh my god, my ring is so squished.
Maximus doesn't know power work. Kill.
I know. That's a dash I.
Oh my god, Mimring is so squished. It's so funny.
Yeah.
God, why didn't you let me be a level 20? Why didn't you let me be level 20 and everyone else?
Level 20 isn't fun.
You should let me be level 20 and
don't even
level
get
10, but I don't use any spells above level 3.
A jab.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jab moment.
Hey, I need the link.
I don't think I could do the jab.
A link to what?
No.
It's in D&D images.
It's literally your pin, Joe.
It is pinned.
Alright, I just closed my door.
I don't see
Yeah,
do you like my title screen?
It's not in my games.
What does that say at the bottom?
Is it in Brock's will?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Jeb is so small.
Yeah, he's a halfling. He's size small.
I didn't know that. No one told me that he was a halfling.
Oh, yeah, I'm the second halfling in history. In our history of D&D.
Oh, wait, what is that down there?
I didn't want to spoil anything, so it's cut off
just
a
the
lot.
By his abdomen.
Oh, put it back! Put it back!
Why is he size gargantuan?
Yo, Bento, what are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
Why am I diagonal?
Mimring's diagonal.
Can I be 3 times size?
Also, Sevatar looks cool. Can I get a full picture of that without having to zoom in 3,000%?
No.
Love. Just look how squishy.
I'll be right back.
All right.
Zachary. No. Make him bigger.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, hit with reduce.
I spent so long trying to find stuff that actually fit what I had already described Sevatar's looking at in person. And that tactical mask was all I could find.
This is the unsquished version of Mimring. Also,
Yeah.
What does Jeb look like?
Jeb, one moment. Where is it?
So help me God, if you post a picture of Jeb Bush, I will kill you.
You know, it's titled Lem on my computer for some reason, but that's him.
I like that.
He's very normal. It's kind of the point.
He's a very happy-looking boy.
The only person.
What is that? Why is the background Ambrose? What is this?
I was literally looking that up, Joe.
What are you guys looking up? I just got back.
No, that's the wrong version. It's not Brainy. Alright, is everyone ready?
1 sec.
To finish up this one shot.
Fighting soldiers from the sky.
Alright.
I feel like Memphis Knucklebong is wrong.
I think it is. Not sure
Alright.
though. Alright.
Are you,
I need to go to push talk now, sorry.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I need to push now.
Just for the imaginary YouTube viewers, basically, this is the second half of a funny one-shot that we did in person when we were camping. And we're gonna finish it online because...
we're lazy.
Yeah, exactly. So, basically, what happened is it takes place 100 years in the past, in Plaguelad, and basically...
1299.
Yes, that date. I wrote a cool thing to Michael a couple of days ago to catch him up. I'm trying to find it.
and of course, I'll go over it more in the anthology once all is said and done, because this will be the first thing that shows up since it is 100 years before the main stuff.
So basically, the starting party were all part of the Daoe Mercs, which is a large mercenary group made up of mostly pro-King Daoe loyalists, and those who have life in prison but are paroled by the king for those who seem fit to fight for the king. Basically, they started right outside of Elsmira at an outpost for the Daoe Mercs, and they went on a wagon ride on a mission to help a village elder that paid the king for assistance. But they got ambushed by an unnamed group of invisible pirates. But after quite a long fight, they did come out victorious. So they found out they were on their way to Billybonk Forest, and there they met the man, the myth, the legend, Otto Billybonk himself, and basically his father paid the king to get back his magical research book, and that it had been stolen by a long-gone political party of Elsmira, the Mage Party. So Otto sent them off, and they started to march through the woods looking for this so-called Mage Party. So, with all that out of the way, we begin. If you look at Roll20, so all
That's
of
a big
you,
guy.
Yeah, that is a big guy.
Guy there.
Basically,
yes, the Comrade Crusader.
Basically, as you are all kind of marching through the woods, you have been for about an hour or two. Let's just say you're all at like full health, full spell slots and whatnot. So we'll start fresh from that. But
yes,
it is almost eerily calm in these woods. You keep marching and marching, and Ambrose, finally, you think you see something. Out of the corner, or through some branches, you think you see something man-made. You're not quite sure. And this is where we begin.
I see something. Hiya!
Statement. Please elaborate.
I think he means he sees something through the woods.
Statement. Please give a direction.
Ambrose, what do you see, O knight?
I see some sort of... Is that the barrel I see? Structure?
Why are you speaking to us as if you are freebasing poetry, sir? Speak to us of concrete facts.
I see something not of the woods.
An assailant! Charge!
Request. Please stand by. And Sevatar is going to attempt to get a better view of this.
Okay. Yeah, feel free to move where you want, but obviously not into the, blackness. No. So would you like to move up? Yeah, okay, there you go. So as you approach, you see that you're kind of at what looks to be the edge of the woods. It seems this area has been kind of
I feel I should
out.
say Sevatar has run up and crouched behind a fallen tree or something to provide cover, and is aiming down the sights of his rifle.
Maximus floats real low to the ground.
Alright.
Ambrose is on his horse and trudges behind Sevatar, standing like 6 feet above him.
So you see...
Jeb is just watching from the side, like in a tree.
Alright. You see what looks to be a robed assailant next to barrels. And you see past him are tents and one more. Jeb, as you kind of look around, you see over to the left, there seems to be this kind of large kind of camp area with tents, and you see what looks to be an entrance to a cave.
Ooh.
Statement. Hostile threats identified.
Wait a minute, we don't know that.
What
Ambrose,
threats?
Ambrose is going to look at MA3 and 4 and see what kind of, like, wizards they could be.
Go ahead and make a investigation check for me.
And he's looking more for the symbol, like, on their chest, if there isn't anyone, like, identifying symbols and maybe some clues that tell him, like, what kind of magic, if they were to fight, they use.
Alright.
He's looking for the Wizard 101 elemental symbol.
Yeah.
You see... you see, they're kind of dressed in, like, this all black, and you see they all have, these kind of, like, identical kind of staffs that have sort of, like, this, what looks to be some sort of, like, sun at the top of it, with, like, almost just, like, this arcing, either rays of light, or either, like, lightning bolts, but you're not quite sure.
I have an idea, Sevatar Maximus. If you would like to hear it out.
What is it, Sir Knight? Speak!
Interrogative. What is this idea?
I shall go out into the middle of the field as if I'm going into the cave. And then, when they stop me, or if they stop me, I shall engage in conversation. And if they prove to be hostile, we will defend ourselves and continue deeper into the cave.
We were assigned a job. That job is to kill everyone by this cave. They are scoundrels.
Statement. The pot is correct. Subjects have taken up a standard guard formation around this cave. Conclusion. Subjects are hostile. Eliminate with prejudice.
Well, perhaps I can still surprise them and draw their attention.
Do as you will, Sir Knight. We will follow suit.
And Ambrose will charge. Well, not charge, but like kind of trot out on his horse to about here if he can.
All right. I'd say about right here. You see, pretty much all of them are looking at you now, and if you could join combat, that would be great.
Hello, I've been sent here to kill you. I mean, I am alone, and we're looking for a book. Can you tell us where we might find a book? And Amber's looking at, like, in turn at each of them from MA2, MA1, MA3, and MA4, kind of seeing if he can get any more information about them. Just...
Alright. So,
I forgot to do that, sorry.
It's fine. So, they all kind of, like, look around, and all of a sudden, you hear, the one way back here by the fire. You just hear from a distance, "The leader told us of this! We have to kill him!" And all of the sudden, you start to see these kind of like rays of blue light start to approach you, Ambrose.
As my reaction, can I send out my echo?
Yes, go for it.
Can I have a second token?
Oh yeah, here.
Just name it Echo.
Wait, did it get me?
Huh? I did, yes, because they would have they would be going first.
This is dumb.
Here.
His avatar is a robot, he always shoots first.
No.
Hold on. You can use this as your echo.
Why?
I need control of it.
Yeah, I know. There you go.
Not Ambrose.
Yeah. I'm gonna send it like right here.
Okay.
Since that guy was kind of seemed like the leader.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And that's all I can do for my reaction.
Yeah. Alright, as you do that, from the campfire, you see a spell coming your way. And you feel your armor get just like tapped as these kind of like magical darts kind of hit the side of your head. And you see the one next to the one that just fired start to look in your direction with their hand kind of pointed at you. And these kind of like bolts of like fire go right past your head, Ambrose.
Am I stretching?
No. They're just really bad at aiming. And it is now your turn.
Alright. All you can hear from the area where Jeb is just branches breaking and just snapping. A massive rustling of leaves. As Jeb takes his true form as Mimring. And like his head is like poking out of the trees a bit. And all you can just hear is a low, like, growly laugh.
Dragon, are you gonna come out of the woods and help?
Soon.
What does that mean?
Dan's his turn, because that's all Mimring can do.
Alright. I must wait for plot purposes. Alright.
That's really all you can do.
Yeah. MA4 sees Ambrose kind of charging into this field, but he does notice kind of like branches falling out of the tree, so he's going to blindly kind of fire at that tree. Sorry, I have to manage quite a lot of spells for each person, so...
LeMayo.
Yeah. Ambrose, you see fire again coming from your right side, but this time it seems much larger, and it seems to be missing you on purpose. Ooh. And it hits the base of the tree, and the entire tree just is kind of like engulfed, and you feel the kind of searing heat from that blast.
You just hear a growl from that tree.
Maximus, it is your turn.
The fiends! So, sort of... Yeah, coming out of the woods, the pot sort of levitates, held up by this hand once more. It moves into the clearing. The arm once again sliding out from under from inside, sort of in that same sort of curled position, ready to fire. And looking at MA3 and MA4, Maximus kind of pointing his hand up and goes, "Ha! You fools! Thinking you can test the might of Maximus!" And he is going to cast Scorching Ray.
All right.
On the two. Like how you punched your desk at the end, it sounded like.
I didn't. Just making sure I did this right.
Mm-hmm.
Maximus takes out his keyboard.
And these sort of rays like shoot out from his hands towards them, burning. two of which connect with their targets. Sort of like this beam shooting into the robe with this. It's like this sort of concentrated sunfire, and the smell of flesh is almost palpable.
Awesome. All right. Next up is Ambrose Jorgensen first.
Ambrose, kind of like splitting his mind in half, takes control. Well, like, makes the mental effort and moves his echo over to MA2. And through his echo, attacks with his flail.
Oh my god.
And just kind of guiding his sorry, I need to read something.
I'm trying to make sure your echo's just still floating, right?
Yeah. It's like
it's doing the horse pose.
It's like 6 feet in the air off the ground. Just kind of
to make sure.
Ambrose guides his horse over to MA2. I mean MA1. First trampling, or at least trying to trample, over MA1. And then swinging again at MA2.
Alright.
And would he have flank?
No.
Okay.
Your echo would have to be over here for the flank.
I'm not sure what the damage is for, like, trying to trample. I think he has to do, like, a dex save.
Yeah.
That sound is so good.
Yeah.
It's just so good.
And
he just kind of, like, starts swinging his flail in his right hand, like, winding it up, and then, he pulls left on the reins, and the spiky ball just, like, goes underneath the wizard's jaw.
Alright. Just for simplicity's sake, I'll say he just, like, jumped out of the way, and he's now here. If that's okay with you.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that all you can do?
Yeah, I think so.
Alright. MA3. MA3, just saw a pot of soup levitate out of the forest and just blast him with fire. So he's pretty, mad. And, you see, this kind of green bubbling liquid kind of surround his hand as he starts to point at you, Maximus.
You blithering fools! You think you know more of the magics than me? Ha-ha!
Right. Yeah, and
as the pot sort of scoots out of the way.
Alright, yeah. And you, yeah, so it just kind of, like, splashes onto the pot, but it does not actually, hurt the man inside. Sevatar, it is finally your turn.
Okay, so Sevatar, having come to the conclusion that, yeah, it's okay to shoot these people now. Shoulders his rifle. Let's hang on. First he fires an MA3. Misses. But I get 2 extra... Wait, no, I get 2 extra attacks. I have 3 grit points, so...
Mm-hmm.
Mole champ.
And on his second attack, which is aimed at MA4, I am actually going to spend a grit point on Deadeye Shot, so I get advantage.
Alright, go for it.
One.
So, you see it, like, connect in the kind of, like, lower abdomen kind of, like, area. And you see it almost just, like, magically pass through. And you see the bullet actually hit the barrel behind, this member of the mage party.
Okay, lastly, I am going to expend my last 2 grit points on Forceful Shot, Violent Shot. For every grit point I expend, I enhance the shot with 1 more weapon damage die, so I'm going to add 2d12 to that.
Alright.
So, remind me, what's the command for that?
So, at the end, you would do, I believe it's -D, and then the damage die.
You'd probably have to do it twice.
No, just do 2d12
2d12.
after.
Yeah, -D space 2d12. Nice. You see it also pass through once again, but you see this kind of like wispy kind of like void kind of follow the bullet out. Next up.
That man is dead.
That man is dead. It is MA1's turn.
I've killed the leader, and this one is next.
You haven't even seen our leader. I'll blast you to bits.
Alright, Tim.
What bits? You can barely splash a pot!
And, you see this fire start to, like, ring around the hand. And you see this huge ball of like fire come out from his hand. you see as he's kind of launched back, as he seems to have blown himself up for
Why is he rocket jumping?
He's now prone, and
Who's the man idiot?
And it seems while the fireball did hurt you quite a bit, Ambrose, it seemed to also bounce off of your plate armor back into the face of this mage party member. He's kind of stunned and very prone on the ground.
Very prone?
Very prone.
Man.
Mr. Dragon, it is your turn.
Alright. Remembering it, hold on, I need to see who attacked Mimring first.
I think it was MA3, yeah.
Yeah, I just want to make sure. MA1.
Oh, it was, okay. Yeah.
Or Frogos. Mimring just like eyes MA1 and then just shakes his head, sees MA3 and 4, and starts to walk towards them.
Alright.
Stepping basically in front of Maximus. And he just eyes both of them silently and then grins, causing the air to just get really, really cold. And he then rears back, and a gust of icy breath just engulfs MA3 and 4.
Alright.
Using the first of his cold breath charges. Alright, it's a DC 17, by the way. I don't have it in, like, commands or whatever, so...
Okay, I can add the... You know what? I'll just say it does full damage.
Alright, so it's 5d10s.
Yeah.
31 damage.
Alright.
And it's all cold damage, not sure if that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and as Mimring is, like, breathing the cold breath, he's just roaring the entire time. Very menacingly.
Check. Alright. So...
Religion check.
I'm trying to... It's IHB, then the name, and then is it minus 31, or is it... Hold on. I'm gonna...
Yeah, it is.
Okay. There we go. And then... You see them both as kind of like ice form on like all their like clothes and their staff, and they just kind of slowly kind of fall over, and you see like their like staff as they fall just kind of shatters when they hit the ground. They are dead.
Mimring just grins and then turns his attention on MA1 and starts approaching a little bit. He still has a bit of movement left.
Okay. That's good. Alright.
Here, I think.
Okay. Next up. Man is dead. Maximus.
Ah! Fellows, I believe it is time that we end this small inconvenience. And Maximus kind of takes his hand and he places it on the pot. And the pot begins to shake as he casts Expeditious Retreat on himself.
Oh.
That doesn't sound good.
What?
So, with that being his bonus action, sort of the pot starts to vibrate, and placing his hand away from the pot and almost putting it on the lip, he sort of starts to pull. And almost sort of stuck after a moment, this sort of cork sound comes from inside the pot, and slowly, rising from the pot, comes Maximus. So, and it is with that, the realization that that is not the lid to the pot, but his head. And so, after this sort of domed, sort of disgusting flesh, comes more disgusting burnt brown flesh. And it keeps coming, and keeps coming, and keeps coming, as he rises from the pot, this 8-foot tall, this 8-foot tall, skinny, fleshy creature. And in his hand is a knife about the size of a pinky finger.
What kind of dream did you have?
Sort of vibrating, he runs at MA1 with the speed of 1,000 suns. and he attempts to stab MA1 with his tiny knife.
Right.
Oh, tackle.
A tackle.
A tackle.
Tiny knife.
Yeah, he tackles MA1.
With the knife.
Yeah!
What the fuck? Magical slashing? What?
As this tiny knife, the size of his pinky, enters him, it almost picks the man up with a force, and Max just stands there shaking, sort of dripping that black goo, his pot sitting in the same spot that it was. He's just looking with these black, cold eyes.
Interrogative.
And he ends his turn.
The fuck?
Charge, fellows! Beat them back!
As Maximus is standing over it, just dripping in this vile liquid, some of the like drops, like hit, this like person, and you see them just start to just melt.
Ha 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 ha!
And their forehead just kind of caves in, and they just kind of sizzle there on the ground. And with that, ends combat.
It appears that these wizards weren't quite up to snuff.
As soon as combat ends, Sevatar starts walking towards the red tent, and there's a click from his right hand.
It's just a click and something happened.
No, he's preparing his pepperbox pistol.
Oh.
Which happens to be built into his wrist.
Watch out for those wrist rockets.
Fired by always the normal one.
Imring walks up to Maximus and just starts sniffing him.
Sevatar is going to look inside the first tents.
Mimring, it smells like death and sorrow. Go ahead and make a investigation check. Sevatar. So inside are mostly just like small kind of pop-up tables with some chairs, and it's mostly just it to be pretty boring kind of books and like inks, or sorry, just like a bunch of ink. Seems like they were just doing some studying in here.
Sevatar is going to then leave and look at the barrels.
Alright. You see on the side it says wine.
Sevatar is going to open one of the barrels to see if it is indeed wine.
As you look in, you see that it seems to be this kind of like red liquid that smells heavily of alcohol.
Question. How would Sevatar smell it? He does not have olfactory senses. He is a robot.
He has to have some sort of olfactory sense.
Yeah, I thought he had like a sense of like smell.
No, he's just a robot.
Oh, well,
he
it's
just
red. You magically know that it's just red wine.
His heads-up display goes, "Bing! This is indeed alcohol."
Yeah.
Do not tell the 8-foot tall monster.
Ambrose dismounts and then knocks on the saddle 3 times. And Patsy, his horse, begins to suddenly shapeshift into a like gray goblin.
Oh, what the fuck?
And in Patsy's hands is 2 halves of a coconut.
Shut up!
You serious?
Can Maximus saunter over to Patsy and examine them?
As soon as Sevatar sees Patsy, he immediately brings his rifle up because he doesn't realize it's the horse.
Maximus puts his hand over this thing's face, sort of inspecting it.
Please do not meld Patsy.
Patsy will be fine. I'm just curious. And can he sort of try to gain what is going on?
Yeah. Go ahead and make a investigation check for me. It seems that it seems like this goblin has shapeshifted into a horse that Ambrose has been riding this whole time, it seems.
You grow more interesting by the minute, Sir Knight.
Indeed. Shall we continue, or do you think there's something of value to find at the tents?
I need but a moment.
Once Sevatar has concluded that is in fact the horse, but as a person now, he's going to continue looking for things to make funny bullets out of.
Okay.
Ambrose will clop over to the cave entrance and look in.
Okay. Looking in, just you see that there looks to be kind of these like grown up like vines like deeper into the cave, and there's some light, but you can't quite see in there just yet.
Can Maximus look around for the two freshest corpses, like most intact?
Sure. It would probably be these two over here.
So sort of by intuition.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of by intuition, then I guess he sort of walks over there. And then looking at these two, sort of, inspecting them once again, sort of getting all handsy, looking at them, measuring their, like, arms and, like, looking at their jaws and everything. Maximus is going to put a hand on each of them.
Uh-huh.
And he's gonna cast Animate Dead on both of them.
Alright.
And rise! And with that, two zombies, I believe, would rise in their places.
Alright.
Looking to one of them, he looks to the one in front of him. I guess would be the one near the hut, and goes, "My son!" and hugs him very quickly before jumping right back in his pot.
Zombies. Alright.
May I have control over the zombies?
Yeah, here.
I guess what can you you can just like copy and paste them to the other layers, I suppose.
I can, yeah. There we go. You should be able to move them now.
Yep. I am now ready to go, fellows! Echoes from inside the pot as he sort of hovers back. Two zombies behind him.
Alright. Sevatar, it's at about this moment you see that pretty much the only thing out here is food and books and writing utensils. Nothing you can really use for ammunition.
Curses. As Sevatar exits the tent and sees the zombie, he's going to bring up his pepperbox pistol arm.
Does Maximus see this?
Oh, yeah.
What are you doing, sir?
Hostile threat detected.
There is no hostile threat. We've killed them all, and right for a rotten bunch of people, if I do say so myself, and I do.
Statement. Hostiles have reanimated. Recommend
No!
immolation.
No, and the hand comes out of the pot, sort of waving around. These are my sons!
Interrogative. Explain.
Oh, don't you see? I have brought back my dear children, from whence they came to life once again. They will help us on our quest.
As Maximus is talking, Sevatar's arm is moving back and forth from one zombie to the other and then over to Mexus and back. Like, he's questioning which person he should shoot first.
The zombies, in unison, do like a little freeze frame jump high five. Yes!
Savitar's programming takes over, and he genuinely considers shooting himself for a moment.
They begin walking back closer to the cave.
Alright. Would you like to, would everyone like to continue into the entrance to the cave?
Ambrose will take a torch out of his pack and light it.
Mm-hmm.
And then he throws it into the cave like a flare.
Alright.
Trying to get some visual of like an impending ambush or anything.
Alright. As you all kind of walk in, you see that, the torch that Ambrose threw in seems to have, like, lit up kind of this, like, narrow but kind of long passageway. And soon it kind of opens up into a very bright, very large room. Hold on 1 second.
Can Mimring fit in, by the way? In
Yes.
Current all right.
Yeah. You all have to walk kind of like single file, but it does open up.
Savitar, you're kind of standing on Patsy.
Statement. Apologies. And Savitar does not move.
Alright. Sorry, I just had to copy and paste all the new things that have appeared. So, as you all walk into the cave, you see a bunch of gel cells and what looks to be a guard right there. And you see him start to run towards you, but all of the sudden, you think you see something move in the gel cell, but you do see what looks to be some sort of knife fly through the bars and right into the side of the head of this mage party. And he falls over, just dead.
Oh, ha, ha!
Savitar will walk over and look into the cage.
As you look into the cage, you see what looks to be some sort of humanoid that is currently hanging by a noose.
Is that someone normal for once? And Ambrose, like, runs over to look in the cage.
Statement. It appears to be a corpse.
Oh, what?
Statement. This individual is deceased.
Quite
Ambrose,
troubling!
Which cage is it? It's the first one.
That's one.
Ambrose will send his echo in the cage and then swap places.
Alright.
As Ambrose does that, Savitar just shoots the lock off.
Sure enough, the door just kind of swings open.
Ambrose will lift the humanoid so the pressure is taken off the noose.
Alright, go ahead and roll a strength check for me.
$19.
As you do so, something kind of like pushes you like away, and the human like falls tight onto the noose once again.
What?
Statement. Possible solution detected. And Savitar is going to look for where the noose is attached to the ceiling and try and just shoot it shoot it down.
All right, I'd say you can do that pretty easily. It's kind of tied to like some like support beams at the top of the cave, and
it just fires like 3 shots into it.
Yeah, you shoot the like rope, and the human just kind of falls down into a limp kind of like pile on the ground. And Ambrose, as you kind of like lean in, you see this human who you see now is just covered in just daggers still in his body and like arrows. You see the head turn and kind of smile, and he seems to have these kind of almost ominous kind of dark eyes.
Amber's going to swap places again.
Potential threat detected, and Savitar switches from aiming to the ceiling to aiming at this thing's head.
Wait, fellows! This could be important! Close the door! Allow it a chance to exist, please! For study!
You see that ever since the head turned, it's been completely motionless.
Savitar is going to walk up and kind of nudge it.
Alright. As you do so, the body just seems lifeless and limp.
Can I tell if it's alive?
Go ahead and make a medicine check.
20.
Look!
As you kind of like see if there's breathing, you see that there is no breathing, and you feel for a pulse, and there's absolutely nothing.
Do you men think that maybe this body was used as some sort of target practice?
Distraction.
Distraction? I mean, clearly you didn't think anyone was coming in here. Maybe they were just having a bit of fun, throwing knives and arrows and things at a body.
I say we keep moving.
Well, it's nice to know that we're killing the right people that would use someone in a jail cell as target practice.
Yes. You need to give them a fighting chance, at least, if you're going to use them as target practice.
Perhaps don't use people as target practice. And Ambrose is going to, trot with Patsy behind him, clacking the coconuts forward.
You see that in all of the other, like, cells are just, like, completely decomposed, like, corpses.
Staying behind for a sec, can Maximus and his sons look for some rocks about fist size? Are there any sort of things on the ground like that?
You don't see any, like, loose rocks, but you do see a, like, spilled crate of, like, tomatoes off in the corner.
This will have to do. And he sends Manny and Mitch to both go get 2 tomatoes each.
Alright.
Jealous of Ambrose's entourage, he has them both clack them much like 2 coconuts. The rotten tomatoes. Sort of making a sound as he walks. Not as he walks, as he floats.
As you're looking at your, like, children, you hear, like, footsteps, and you see a mage enter from the cave entrance, like, hand glowing of, like, fire, and, like, you see something move out of the corner of your eye, and again, another, like, dagger comes, like, just flying extremely fast and lands right between the eyes of the wizard, and he falls over dead.
Does Mimring hear this?
What?
You all hear this. It kind of echoes throughout the cave.
Mimring is immediately just going to look up and just scan, like, the ceiling of the cave and just looking for something.
Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Looking for a dwarf cave.
I'm not sure if it matters, but Mimring does have dark vision. I'm not sure if that matters at all.
It's pretty lit up, but
alright,
yeah.
that's fine.
So.
Oh my god.
You see that other than just some, like, supportive, like, struts, that's, like, all that's, like, on the roof. Or not roof, but, like, ceiling of the cave. And, Maximus and Sevatar and, Mimring, as you kind of, like, look down, away from the ceiling, you see, this lifeless corpse start to rise without using its legs, almost as if the torso was kind of levitating on its own.
What? The gun comes back out.
This is not one of my sons! Men, I believe we should move quickly!
What is wrong with that body?
Imring is staring at it with just a cold glare. Literally cold.
Hey, warning. Hostile threat detected.
I do not want to be around to find out what is happening with that body. And Maximus levitates into the arms of Mitch and the disgusting tomatoes.
Alright.
Imring's just like, body, speak, primitive.
Ambrose is gonna go in and try to take all the knives out.
Alright. As you approach, you see, the person inside, as you approach, just kind of like rips a dagger out of his ribs, as his like eyes are just trained on you walking towards him, and he grabs the like long rope attached to the noose and like cuts it about half a foot away from the noose, and kind of spins the noose around to where it's kind of like a necklace, and then he quickly stabs the dagger back into his side where it came from, and now he is kind of just standing there staring at you.
Is that some sort of tie? I don't appreciate that kind of clothing, but to each their own. Hello?
Again, he just kind of is staring at you, Ambrose, completely motionless, with these beady kind of black eyes.
And can you not talk with that tie? It's pretty tight, and Ambrose is going to try to loosen it.
It swats the hand away.
I knew it.
So you're just mute? Alright, then.
I do not like that very much.
Speak already.
With his non-gun hands, Sevatar reaches over and kind of grabs Ambrose by the back of the neck and starts backing out of the cell, still keeping the pepper box aimed squarely at the hanged man.
Ambrose already teleported away when he started giggling.
Oh.
The figure is gonna just, without a care, just keep on walking his way out of the cell, like, towards you, Sevatar.
You should be able to move.
Mm-hmm.
As well.
Sevatar aims at the ground just in front of it and fires 3 shots.
No reaction, just keeps on walking with a smile on his face. Is Sevatar, like, blocking the exit of the cell?
Yeah, he's, like, standing right in the doorway.
How tall is Sevatar?
He's about 6 feet even.
Okay, Crow is taller, so he's just gonna reach and put his hand on Sevatar's head and slowly just, like, move him out of the way so he can pass.
Sevatar does not take kindly to this and is going to fire another 3 shots into his leg.
Okay. Are you shooting Crow?
Okay, not into his leg, but, like, in the ground around his leg.
And with that, you hear a very quick bang, 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 and once again, Crow just does not move at all.
some wimp. I'm only going to say this once. I'm not much of a talker, so I'm gonna make it very plain and very simple. It seems to me that you things don't know who I am. Is that
We
true?
do not! What are you?
I am Crow Desmond, the most powerful man in all of Playa Glad. If I were you, I would simply walk away if you know what is good for you.
Is Crow like keeping Sevatar rooted to the spot so he can't move?
No, he was trying to like move, like push him to the side so he could exit the cell.
Maximus is very confused because he thought he was the most powerful man.
Explain why you're covered in arrows then, and knives.
They're memories, I guess you could say. Each one from a battle I've won. There hasn't been anything that has been able to even come close to ending me. My father made me eat blocks of wood as a child, and I slept in a furnace. Every morning he would wake me up by setting me on fire in the fireplace. Do you think a few measly arrows or daggers can even get close to making me feel anything? Again, I am not a big talker, so I'm just gonna leave it at this. I will join you for whatever it is you're doing here with the captors who have tortured me, and just pretend I'm not here. I have my own reasons, and you have your own. You seem rather a strong lot, so I will tag along for the time being.
Okay!
You just hear Mimrin start scraping the ground. He's really mad right now for just no reason, but still just.
May you let me out.
Well, King Daoe will accept anyone's help. You're welcome to join us.
There's no response as he's just looking at Sevatar blocking the entrance.
Sevatar, you may want to get out of his way. If what he's saying is true, then I doubt you could stop him.
Yes, my metal friend. It might be wise to allow our good friend to pass. Mayhaps we will bond in these trying times.
Sevatar will slowly back out of the cell, still keeping his gun trained on Crow.
Crow is not even looking at Sevatar. He just walks out of the cell and just nonchalantly walks over to both guards and like getting the daggers and placing them back in like the open wounds. You can tell like there's like dried blood all over him where he's just let the wounds just sit there.
Sir, do you require any sort of attention? As, you know, I would be perfectly happy to examine you.
No response.
Well, all right then. Let us go. I wish to get home to my loving wife before sundown.
That is terrifying. The idea of Maximus's wife.
Maximus and his sons walk forward, ready for the next leg in their journey.
Alright. As you round the corner, you see what look to be gigantic kind of like gemstones and rings scattered on the floor.
Ambrose like gasps and then gallops forward.
Alright.
And he just starts stuffing them all into his tax bag.
Sevatar is going to look at this pile of broken metal.
It seems to be, if you could guess, probably just failed experiments and just them trying to make trinkets, possibly. But you do see some parts that would probably work for ammo.
Sevatar will take all of them.
Alright. As more of you enter this room, you see that there are large kind of chalices and grails and a huge, like almost 6 foot tall pile of gold right here, and kind of these large gems growing, as well as what look to be some sort of like sun artifacts.
Don't take any of it to solve for King Dewey in the war effort. You'll be given your dues.
Remembering eyes to gold, like Brandon starts and just jumps into it, like rolling around like a cat.
Sevatar is going to look at the sun artifacts.
Go ahead and make a history check, Sevatar.
Okay, please don't fuck me on this. Okay, that's not awful.
You know that they are probably some sort of holy symbol from a different climate, and if you had to guess, it'd probably be some sort of desert. Crow, as you near this room, you see the large dragon kind of rolling around in the gold, and you soon see something kind of get uncovered from this gold pile, and you instantly feel your biceps kind of like almost automatically like kind of like tense up in this sort of like a just like rush as you see your trusty sword emerge from the pile. Axe, sorry. My bad.
Oh my god.
Crow is just gonna walk over to the gold pile. It like is murmuring on top of the axe.
He is currently rolling around.
Scrooge McDuck moment.
But like as he sees like Crow approaching, it's Mimring will just like lay down on his stomach, like his front like hands like crossed. it's just, and he'll just stare at Crow.
Crow is just gonna, like, not even looking at Memory, just jam his hand into, like, the pile of coins, grabbing a hold of, like, the hilt of the axe, and ripping it out. Well, so, like, he's gripping it with both hands in front of him, and then he's gonna swing it behind himself, impaling it into his back, just sitting there, and he's just gonna smile and keep walking forward.
Are there any inscriptions on these sun artifacts?
Go ahead and make a investigation check.
While he does that, Mimring starts to see the gems, and then he starts drooling because silver dragons eat gems.
Mimring, as you kind of look at this large blue gem, as soon as your drool kind of comes off of your tongue and hits this blue gem, you see a large kind of air bubble start to form, and then pop.
Has Ambrose finished picking up these gems?
By now, yeah.
Ambrose is going to go over to Mimring. Hey! Get off that pile!
Why?
It's King Daoi's. Rightfully his.
Not anymore. And Mimring's gonna start clawing at the blue gem, trying to trying to take it.
Ambrose is going to go behind Mimring and just start on the floor, sweeping it into his bag with his arm.
Mimring's tail is wagging kind of, and it probably hits Ambrose by accident.
Mimring, you hear a grunt and a bong kind of noise from behind you as the kind of entire half of the large blue crystal kind of cracks and falls to the ground.
Be careful with that, that's King Daoi's.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
Start eating it.
As you, grab the whole thing in your mouth, your jaw begins to, like get pushed like apart, and Ambrose, you see just a huge kind of like gross looking bubble start to come out of Mimring's like mouth.
Is it dripping with saliva?
Yeah.
I told you, and Amber's is gonna walk over to the maw of the dragon and like try to grab the crystal and yank it out.
As you start to like grab towards it, the bubble pops and like the entire room just gets covered in saliva.
Ugh.
Fell for it.
Ha ha ha! The beast has played a prank on you, Sir Knight!
Bevatar, you see that it is some kind of like on all of them around the rim of this like inner like mirror. You see this kind of strange like writing that you've definitely seen before, but you are not programmed to understand.
Do I know where I've seen it?
You know that over the years you've seen similar kind of treasure with engravings of this language.
Sevatar is going to walk up to each member of the party, holding out the artifact and asking if they can read it.
Can Maximus read it?
You all kind of glance at it, and none of you really understand how to read this kind of writing.
Is Mimring able to at least identify what language it is from looking at it?
You see... Oh! I totally forgot you were a dragon. You know that...
Mimring's entire thing?
Yeah. You know that it is, like, draconic, but it is so, like, scratched and covered in just, like, dirt and rust that you can't read it. But you know it is draconic.
Mimring's gonna eye it and then just, like, kind of bite it gently just so he can have it. And then just hold it in his mouth because he doesn't have anything to put anything in.
Alright.
Sevatar will pocket the smallest of the items.
Okay.
Ambrose gathers as much gold as he can without getting crushed.
Alright.
And then goes over and down kind of into this area.
Has
Okay.
Mimring seen what bag Ambrose puts all that gold in?
Yes, it's a very huge, kind of bulging bag he keeps.
It's like a
Got a
white...
dollar sign on it.
Yeah.
It's a white, like, canvas, or...
Also, if you
burlap
had to guess,
bag.
if you had to guess, Ambrose, you probably just scooped in probably somewhere around 25,000 gold pieces.
Nice.
Mimring is just gonna
King
eye
Daily
that
will
bag and nonstop.
will appreciate that.
As you all start to kind of rush into this room, hold on, I can't find the reveal area tool. Okay, there we go. You see this large kind of grand, like, library, with two of the mage party, and you see this kind of taller, kind of less clothed member of the mage party who kind of whips around, and you just hear him go, so you found us. It seems that my, well, mage party is not so hidden anymore. Well, I guess we'll just have to kill you with fire and electricity and some stuff. Die! And that begins combat.
You have to end combat first.
I think
He already
did.
did.
Oh, it's still pinned.
Oh, we
Oh.
That was for a different one.
Charge!
Oh, great.
Why?
Oh my god.
LaMayo.
Alright, I'll take it to 21. Here comes 4 nat 20s. Alright, there's 3 enemies.
Yeah, what's the fourth one?
Dude, 3.
3.
2, 3.
3.
Wait, is that last one Nancy? Uh-oh.
Who?
Why are you talking about our boss at work? Our boss is not an old man.
As far as we know.
What? Mimring, it is your turn.
I like how he's in the back, yet still has. Alright, Mimring is going to,
I'm gonna swap these because it makes sense.
I need to get the ruler out, alright. Oh, perfect.
Also, this is like a wall, by the way.
That's what I figured.
Yeah.
Alright, Mimring's just gonna, like, walk, like, basically through everyone up to, like, here. Not walk through, but, like, kind of squeeze in. And, thanks to his extended reach as a dragon, he's going to do his multi-attack combo on, in the Fog of War. No, on MA1.
There we go. What?
My god! Fog of War has consumed all of my companions!
Feel the warp overtaking me! It is a good pain!
There we go. Alright.
MA12. It's MA1, right? Yes, it is.
You haven't found the demo man yet? Wow. That's just sad.
I'm looking out for it. I don't care.
I've just been drawing the Among Us guy in the Fog of War.
I'm going to...
Oh yeah.
Are you deleting all my Among Us guys?
No, I circled the demo man.
What? No, he's not there.
He is.
Is he, like, microscopic?
I think he's concealed within the fucking, like...
Yeah, I see a little bit of red.
Yeah.
He's in the bed.
Yeah, he's super faded out. It's like someone drew a picture of him on the bed.
Oh,
I can't see it.
Sorry, I got completely just sidetracked by the demo man.
Do a couple things. The claws attack is supposed to be 2d6s per. Because that first one should have been 4d6s.
Oh.
Should I just add like another 3 and then or skip out?
It's fine.
Alright.
I'm too lazy. If it was the actual campaign, I would fix it. But
Alright, yeah, I lost half my damage. That's fine.
Lol. Ambrose, it is your turn.
Ambrose will charge forward and grapple MA1 and then table him and smack him with his flail.
Alright. When you table someone in D&D.
Just do exclamation point table. What?
You're RKOing him?
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Whatever. Well, that is a crit fail.
Yeah. As you kind of like reach down to like grab him, he just kind of shoves his like staff forward and just kind of bonks you in the bucket helm, and it kind of knocks you back for a second.
Ambrose gets very angry, and then charges forward again with his flails, just swinging it over his head and then down from the right to left.
You see like half of this man's head just kind of deflate, but he's still standing somehow.
He's putting claw marks and he's putting slashes.
Yeah. Alright, is that all you can do, Sir Ambrose? I think so, right? His grappling is,
I will move my, echo.
Okay.
To here.
Alright. Next up is Crow.
Wait, Patsy isn't in
Okay, I told Zach I would do this. Let's see. I wonder what his attack list looks like. Would anyone want to care to look at Crow's attack list?
Is it like 12 different knives? Yeah, I knew it.
All 14 daggers inside of him.
What was arrows?
Arrow, you can't attack with an arrow.
You can't attack with an arrow.
It'll just break in your hand.
Okay, so Crow is just gonna slowly.
Crow is boxed in by Maximus's sons.
Am I able to like go right there?
Yeah.
Who do you guys prefer, Mitch or Manny?
Squeeze by him.
Can someone explain to me how Ambrose the First's echo works? If I throw something at MA3, would it hit his echo?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, never mind. That ends my turn.
All right.
Because wait, hold on. What am I doing? I have 40 feet of movement. Never mind.
You do.
You're not being humorous.
What if I move right there? Am I able to hit MA1 at least?
Yes. You can hit MA1 and MA2, but if you went for MA3, it would probably be at disadvantage.
Crow is just gonna strut in between those two tables, and as he's looking at MA3, he's just gonna pull one of the daggers out of his side, and just quickly, like, while he's looking at MA3, like, throw his hand back and throw a dagger at MA1.
Alright.
What is happening? I cannot see past the dragon!
Oh my god.
I want that one. Okay, and then...
Oh, that's a very nice dagger.
And he's gonna do the same thing again with a different dagger.
Would it be easier to get a keychain of daggers? Just take one off.
Oh, which one?
And he's just gonna keep on just lifelessly staring at MA3, and that ends his turn.
Alright. Next miss.
Oh, ha ha!
Let me add your 2 zombies to combat.
Oh yeah, sorry. You wanna, if you wanna like add names to them to remember, or I can remember. Because like ZO1 would be Mitch and ZO2 would be Manny, I think.
There we go.
Oh my god, Mitch! So, Maximus, sort of, move. Wait, yeah, I can, never mind, it's fine.
If you just dash control and then at,
no, it's just, they don't get their own, so the way the anime dead spell, it's like a bonus, as a bonus action, I, can just control one of them. So, you might want to remove them from combat.
It's fine,
Yep.
I can
Just
make them do things. It's all good.
And then just skip their turns or something.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alright, well,
there we go. Yeah.
Charge! And, Maximus is gonna charge forward.
Alright.
Just hovering in the pot. Sort of. And after moving, sort of hovering where he is, looking around, he doesn't seem to have line of sight on anyone. So, with his bonus action, he is just going to move, he's gonna move Mitch.
Alright.
Come hither, my son! And with that, he ends his turn. Hand out, ready to go from inside his pot.
Alright. It is, the leader's turn. He's just kind of like looking at Ambrose's like echo. And you see him kind of like poke it with or like the like staff, and then you hear him go, "Ah, your magics cannot fool me." And you see him kind of like rear back with his staff, and you see it start to glow this kind of white light. And it's going to attack the echo. And I'm just not going to target anything because
its AC is 18.
Is 18, okay.
And it has 1 hit point.
Alright.
I think it died.
Worse.
And you see it strike your echo, Ambrose, and it just kind of disappears in this kind of like white light. And that ends his turn. And your echo is gone for the time being.
Okay. Is it my turn now?
It is, yes.
Okay, who's still alive?
Everyone.
Okay.
My metal friend, if you could please move out of the way! Me and my children must attack!
Scimitar's gonna run right up to the leader.
Can you move all that way?
Yeah.
How much
Okay.
movement do you have?
40 feet. It says 30 on my character sheet, but I get fast movement.
Oh, okay. Got it.
But isn't there like a table in the way?
Yeah, because going over the table would be double movement points, so you definitely could not get all the way.
Okay, then.
So you were right here.
Yes.
So.
Then I will jump up onto the table.
Okay.
Blunderbuss.
Ooh.
And he's going to fire at MA3 once. Twice. 3 times.
Alright. You see the shots just kind of like pass through again with the same kind of void mist on the other side. And you see what looks to be the leader of the mage party kind of like put his hands on his head. So like it looks like he's giving himself like antlers, and you just like hear him go, "Wow, those really hurt. I think I'm about to die. Oh no."
All Scimitar does is chamber another 3 rounds.
Alright, it is finally in a one. He's put on 1 health. Alright. He is gonna kind of like stumble back towards you, Ambrose, and you see him holding out one like finger, with like the very tip of it is just like glowing green, and he goes to poke you.
Ambrose prepares himself.
And
spells off of air touch.
And he kind of just like stumbles and kind of just like touches the ground, and you see the bricks kind of like crack. Alright. MA2 kind of like points towards the large group of like people, and you see his hands start to glow.
Yo, Rhythm.
Dude, Rhythm.
What is a rhythm?
Oh no. Why? No.
I'm so sorry.
Alright. And you see this large firebolt come. And it just sends MA1 across the room and it just explodes.
Friendly fire! Friendly fire!
And, you, Ambrose and Mimring both get hit. And Ambrose, you look in horror as the now set on fire Patsy slams into the wall and falls down, lifeless.
Oh, I got the nat 20 on the deck save.
Yeah.
Kind of funny. Sorry.
It seems that Patsy is hitting his coconuts in a better place now, Ambrose. And you see MA2 kind of look up and go, "Wow, I did it!" Oh.
Zombie
Nation. Mimring, it is your turn.
Oh man. Alright, first thing Memory's gonna do is step forward a little bit. MA2 is just a deadly glare, and then literally just charge at him. And like basically pouncing while doing his like multi-attack.
Alright.
This might take a second. Thankfully I copy and paste, I need to add another d6. Stash D 1d6.
Yes. At the end of it, yeah.
Alright. The concentration. Oh, I attacked the wrong one, whoops.
Did you? MA.
I attacked MA1. I had it copy and paste.
MA1 is dead, so it's all good.
Alright, so are you just gonna transfer the damage over, or?
Nah, just do it again.
Oh, alright, I'll just do it 3 times.
It's 5 damage.
There we go. And do one more claw, or should I just go to the bite?
Yeah, do one more claw. You've only actually attacked.
Alright.
Now the bite.
There we go. Oh my god. I'm not used to hearing that noise. Alright.
I should probably disable the clockwork dragon noises.
If you want.
I'll do that later. Alright. Next up is Ambrose.
Ambrose is going to send out his his echo, and he's going to attack MA3 with his like echo flail. And then he's going to use extra attack, and he like cuts like an X into him, and then using action surge, which gives him another full round of movement, or I mean another full
action.
Like yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
He goes over to Patsy and tries to revive him with a medicine check.
Go ahead and make a medicine check.
More like Flatsy, if you ask me.
Patsy, you see has absolutely no blood. And it seems like he is already dead.
Ambrose weeps.
You still have your other 2 attacks, by the way.
He uses one of them to weep.
He uses an attack to weep.
It attacks his soul.
Soul damage.
He attacks 2 more times.
Alright.
just in anguish.
Oh, are you sad about your little goblin man? Well, I recognize that armor. You're a servant of that fool king who called me a nerd. I'll show you.
Ambrose vomits in his helmet a little bit.
Alright, Crow, it's your turn.
He's just gonna continue to slowly walk up directly in front of the big man here, and he's just gonna rip another dagger, this one from his chest, and he's just gonna calmly walk up and try and shank him twice in the stomach.
Alright.
Oh, which one?
And that's gonna be his turn.
Alright. As you attack, you can hear him say, "Oh, you know, we were trying to do tests on you to see why you wanted to die, but I guess you escaped from your cell. I'll have to put you down myself."
There's no response from Crow.
Zombie Nation? Maximus, it is your turn.
Ha-ha! I am sorry for your loss, Sir Knight. Mayhaps I will bring him back as one of my sons. But all in due time. First, we must eliminate these scoundrels. And Maximus is going to move right.
Alright.
And then he's going to contemplate for a moment.
How many times can you send out your echo after it actually dies, Ambrose?
It's just a bonus action.
Oh wow. That's really good. That's crazy good.
So sort of looking past Crow at MA3, Maximus sort of points his hand at him and goes, "You, sir! You appear to be absconding with valuable items and abusing good magics and giving us scientists a bad name, sir. I think it's time someone showed you your comeuppance!" And Maximus is going to cast Blight on him.
Right. Wait, I know you. Aren't you that terrorist guy?
No! And a black ball. Oh, I forgot to cast it on him. One sec.
It's okay.
As this black ball of energy sort of escapes from his hand in these sort of waves, passing through everyone else, giving them a cold shiver, and making the entire room smell like Maximus's pot. This MA3 is assaulted by black necrotic magics, which eat away at him. I am a valuable mine, sir! You will die! And then, for a bonus action, Manny is gonna move.
Alright. I recognize that stench. I remember that from when I was locked in the dungeon. You are that terrorist.
I will not take that sitting down, sir! And thus Maximus ends his turn, sitting down in his spot.
Alright. MA3. It is the big man's turn. You see him almost laughing at you all as he kind of outstretches both of his hands, and you see this lightning kind of arc between his fingers. Wow, a lot of insults. That's kind of rude. And you see him preparing this spell. Let's see.
If it's a spell you're casting, Crow has advantage on dex saves. I don't know if that means anything.
Right.
Obviously, Crow can see this. He's standing directly in front of it.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, he has advantage on the dex save.
Okay. I'm not sure how to... Hold on.
You'll just have to do it, man.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not even sure if the spell does a dex save or not. I'm not sure. I think it does, but...
I saved it anyways, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, okay. So, there's this huge just clap of like thunder as lightning fills the whole room, and it arcs from Crow to Sevatar all the way to Maximus, and the entire room just goes white, and you see just this like sizzling across the entire room. Now that was a good lightning show. And Sevatar, it is your turn.
Okay then.
What are you going to do, Metal Man? Shoot me? Is that all you know how to do, is shoot people?
Statement. Affirmative. He fires the first shot.
Ow.
After which he leaps off the table, walks right up to him, is essentially touching his face, and will fire the next two shots point blank into his head.
They just kind of like pass through. You see his whole face kind of warp and like this like void, kind of like black energy. Wow, you really haven't gotten the message yet. Firearms are so primitive.
Would my moralize and demoralize things count as a bonus action?
What do they do again?
Basically, I can pick any 3 allies and/or enemies, and they will get +2 to saving throws, attack rolls, and I believe skill checks.
I honestly don't know.
Because it's not an attack. Let me check the... It's an action.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, no. Alright, next up is... a dead person. But then, it is MA2, who's in the corner with the dragon.
Cornered by a dragon.
Yeah. He, is going to, hold on. He, all of the sudden, remembering as you see him, like, just, like, standing there looking up at you. you see him almost just like disappear in a like wave of just like mist, and all of the sudden, Maximus, you feel like almost like a sudden wind behind you.
Oh!
And you feel this wave of just of necrotic energy, like go like down your back, and you hear from behind you. Thanks for the vitality, weird soup terrorist. And that ends his turn. Zombie man.
My son,
Zombie.
help me!
Oh boy, Mimring's turn.
Mimring.
Alright. He's just gonna step behind. And this is because they're flanking, right?
Yes. So you would have advantage.
And he's just gonna step behind and just growl as he does his full attack. I am so used to doing exchange point casts because of man, alright.
Stupid Superman! You really thought you could take down our great... Oh! I forgot there was a dragon behind me. That's... Ow!
Ha-ha!
He kind of whips around now, looking at you.
He turns around right when the bite goes, and he dodges it somehow.
Wow! For a dragon, you are pretty slow!
Don't. That's all Mimring says.
Ambrose, it is your turn.
Ambrose gets up off the ground from crying and vomiting and sends out his echo one last time. Swaps places with it.
Yeah. In the wall.
And then that was one of his actions, so he can only attack once. But this flanking?
That's not how that works. You just use your action, you still have your attack.
Yeah.
And you have extra attacks. When you take the attack option, you still get all of your attacks.
Do I need to pull up the action chart?
I mean, you can if you want.
So I'm pretty sure an attack is one of your actions.
Yeah, so if you use a major
action, you can make.
If you use an action to teleport, then that's like your main action, and you can't attack, right?
Yeah.
So like an action is like an attack. Like that's one of the things you can do.
Yeah, and I have extra attack.
Which
so I can attack on top of that.
only counts if you take the attack action.
Yeah.
As specified in the description of extra attack.
So I don't think you can do anything else.
Yeah,
but I'm not doing that.
Beginning at 5th level, you can attack twice instead of once whenever you take the attack action on your turn.
I don't even need to swap places. I can attack through my echo.
Mm-hmm.
I'm dumb. I'm just going to attack through my echo.
Multiple people are typing.
Cheeto.
And is this with advantage?
It would be, yes. You are flanking.
And he attacks again.
Curse your dumb magic. Alright. Next up is Crow's turn.
Alright. Crow, after like feeling like that lightning blast, just slowly places the dagger back in his like chest and reaches behind and grabs a hold of the battle axe in his back. And as he's like pulling it out, he's gonna like tomahawk it over his back and slam down onto the guy's head.
All right, go for it. And you would have advantage. You are flanking.
And then he's just gonna do that again.
All right.
I like to imagine Crow's doing the Dorcas attack animation.
Mm-hmm.
I almost felt that one, lab rat.
There's no response.
He kind of like whips around to actually look at you now, and he goes, "We did so many tests on you, and there's no magic coming from you. Tell me now, before I strike you down, where do you get your power?"
There's no response. He's just staring at him.
Alright. Next up, that's...
My
Maximus.
son! Whirling around to see his assailant. First off, Maximus calls to Manny. Manny, come here, my son! And shambling up, Manny is going to make an attack, which counts as a bonus action, I believe, because it's still controlling the zombie.
Mm-hmm.
Which that is a slam attack, so that's a d6. Can I just add a +3 to hit? It's a d6 plus 1. Can I just do that homebrew so we don't have to?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, you've got a 4. Oh no, sorry, he got a 6.
A 6, yeah. It's not hit.
Manny, you fool! You always were a disappointment. And with that, Maximus, still sort of in the pot, reaches his hand up towards this assailant. And he is going to cast... he's going to cast Blight on him.
Right.
4 inches away.
Zap.
Yeah! So the ball of energy, he almost like, as it forms, he presses it to the guy's chest. And this guy like withers into nothing as Maximus's hand shakes. And Maximus, 1 second. Maximus gains 12 health.
Ooh.
Thus ending his turn.
Alright. I can do it.
Yeah, I was writing it down.
Oh, okay.
Multiple people are typing.
There you go. Alright. Alright. Sorry, I have to look something up real quick. you all see as just like you like see him start to like shake, and you hear him say, "Well, it seems this is where I meet my end, but I will not be struck down by some fools and a super terrorist. I will take myself out." And you see, jeez, that's a big radius. Hold on, I'm gonna be typing for a while. Don't mind me.
Oh god, is he gonna use self-destruct?
He casts Time Stop and just runs away.
Oh my.
Oh, Zach, I never asked, how much XP did you get for killing those 4 guys at the beginning?
There's no XP, it doesn't matter. Alright, dash T. Literally everyone. And like as like his entire body's like glowing like green, you just hear him yell, "Goodbye, fools!" And all of a sudden this blast of just necrotic energy fills the entire room. And it hits like all of you in this kind of like brief wave of pain, and you see him just completely disappear in this flash of dark green energy. And
he couldn't even kill my sons! What a weakling!
I forgot to target the sons.
LeMayo, they're zombies.
They're zombies. Canon. They lived somehow.
They're still alive.
Yeah. All right. And with that, as the glow kind of like simmers down, you see nothing except for a key fall to the ground where he once stood. And that ends combat.
Avatar will walk over and pick up the key.
All right. Let me just delete this man. There we go.
Maximus will do a group hug with his son.
Alright.
His son's open shame.
Emran's just watching.
My boys, you've made me proud this day.
Sevatar walks over to the chest and unlocks it, I guess.
Alright. You hear a click on the chest, and as you open it, the only thing inside is this very like thick book with this kind of like red like leather on its front and back and spine, and you see almost hundreds of small chains wrapping this book up.
Wait, is the book like tied to the bottom of the chest?
No, the chains are just wrapped around
it's just
the book.
Bound in chains.
Yes.
Okay, Sevatar will take the book and put it in his bag.
Alright.
Priority asset achieved.
What does that mean?
Sevatar will not elaborate and proceeds to walk out of the room.
Amber's gonna go look at the chest.
Crow will follow Sevatar, picking up his thrown daggers along the way.
Awesome. Alright.
It means we win, Sir Knight!
But at what cost? Patsy is dead.
Perhaps I may be of assistance, Sir Knight.
What? He has no blood. I checked myself.
One moment. Maximus would like to fake a medical examination.
Alright. Go ahead and make a deception check for me.
I'll let it pass.
Please describe what you do.
So, Maximus sort of comes halfway out of the pot, like up to his waist,
Mm-hmm.
and sort of with both hands grabs this man, and his zombies sort of start like whacking it and sort of clawing at it. Yes, He sort of like starts tilting it,
Yeah.
And then a bright light flashes as he casts gentle repose on the body. I see, yes. I believe you'll be fine. Look.
As you do so, you just hear hum, hum, and all of a sudden, Patsy starts to transform and kind of like crawl his way like over here, and all of a sudden, in this kind of brief but violent like motion, Patsy just grows and becomes extremely green, and Ambrose, you recognize the face, but everything else is different, as Patsy seems to be Patsy seems to be a some sort of zombie now.
Patsy, you're back.
Mo.
And Ambrose knocks on his back twice to turn him into a horse.
You see him start to morph and like shift, and
Zombie horse.
and all of the sudden, in front of you, it like shrivels away, and you see what looks to be some sort of zombie dog.
I can't ride this into battle.
Wonderful! I told you he would be fine.
You see the like almost half decayed dog just kind of glance at you, Ambrose, and just like nod its head. Wow.
Ambrose sits on the dog's back.
Maximus gets back in his paw.
It kind of like leans down to like let you on, and it just like effortlessly just carries you. And Ambrose, just so while you are on your mount now, you have double the movement speed of before. So there you go. All right. I assume you all make your way out of this cave, unless there's anything you want to grab from the treasure room on the way out.
Ambrose tries to pick up the crystals and put them in his sack.
They're like 5 foot tall.
He doesn't care if they hang out of the sack. He just wants them.
You can definitely fit either a like smaller piece of the blue one, or like an entire like red one.
An entire red one.
Okay.
And
shove it in your bag.
In the sack.
Yeah.
And now that Mimring is off the pile of gold, he'll fill in the sides and like any gaps in the crystal with more gold pieces.
Right. You probably get about like 3,000 more gold pieces in there.
Should have brought another sack.
Mimring's just gonna let him have this one. He's just gonna continue to eye the gold sack.
All right.
And Ambrose will kind of like trudge back.
Yeah.
With his dog.
Yep.
With Patsy.
With Patsy the dog.
Mimring is very quickly tailing Ambrose.
I'm going to go get a drink of water, but we definitely can finish this by tonight. I'm definitely gonna kind of rush because I know some of you are probably quite tired. So I'll be back in like 5 minutes, and then we will finish this thing.
Sick.